It's the last carpet laid. Looking nice. Very nice indeed. What's that lamp? Your facts. Mallet. Bash it down. We'll have a show.
You left your cigarettes in the kitchen, Bob. Have you seen the budgie?
Shut up, it's a better prom.
At the age of 76, Hollywood veteran Mervyn Rapp makes films as easily as he makes enemies. I spoke to him on the set of his first British production. Mervyn, in her memoirs, Joan Crawford accuses you of treating her like cattle.
Oh, that is quite frankly absurd. Every morning I drop by Joan's dressing room and make sure she had clean straw and a bucket of water.
Is it true that many years ago the studio actually fired you from a Deanna Durbin film?
Absolutely true. There were, let's say, artistic differences. The film was called 100 Men and a Girl. The studio saw it as a musical. I saw it as a gangbang.
Why not? Tell me, were there any problems during the making of Under Desert Skies?
Well, none. Unless you'd call filming in the middle of the Sahara with temperatures of over 150 degrees a problem.
Oh, excuse me, but could you tell me, please, where the sea is?
That way, 1,500 miles. That way, 2,000 miles. And 4,000 miles that way.
Oh. Oh, well, I think I'll just play on the beach for a bit.
Your most recent film is The Godfather Part 3. How would you describe it?
Well, like its predecessors, it's about organized crime, the mob, the mafia. It starts with a violent death in the Vatican when a woman is gored by a papal bull. I think my own favorite scene is the meeting between the Pope and the Godfather.
His Holiness will grant you an audience now. Godfather, this is the Holy Father.
Bless you, my son. Bless you. Now, my son, how can I help you?
Our clients would like you to help promote their product.
Their product?
Yes, Coca-Cola.
Cola? You would have me change the name to Popsicola?
No, it's Coca-Cola. If you could just mention maybe the brand name during your prayers to the people.
My son, I cannot do this.
Our organization will pay you $1 million.
No, I cannot do as you ask.
$2 million.
No, it is impossible, Godfather.
Holy Father will make you an offer you can't refuse. God the Father, I refuse any offer that you make. Now, if you will excuse me, I must address my people. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Look after yourself. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. I wonder how much the bakeries are paying.
In your book, you say you had to deal with one monumental piece of miscasting in a Western. Tell us about it.
That's right. The studio insisted on using Noel Coward as the sheriff.
Good Lord. How did it work?
Quite frankly, it didn't. Look, see.
Kind of nervous this morning, ain't you?
You're darn tootin' he's nervous, quaking in his pants on account of that new sheriff arriving today.
Watch your mouth, old-timer. No sheriff scares Black Bart. Least of all, some dude that got himself a fancy education back east. I'll plug him.
Plug the man that arrested over 100 gunslingers? He holds the record.
So I'll plug his record.
How do you do? Geoffrey Bainbridge. It's terribly naughty of me to come popping in like this, but I couldn't face cleaning up the West until I'd had a very dry martini.
Well, I'll be gosh darned, it's the new sheriff. I see you got your star on your waistcoat.
Yes, and on every dressing room I've ever played.
I'm Zeke Williams, and this here's Jethro.
Ah, yes, one of those grizzled, whiskery old types. Reminds me of someone.
Glad to see you.
No, Gladys Cooper. Look here long.
Nigh on 70 years. Oh, Deadwood's changed since I was a youngster. Used to be a real wide-awake town. Then everything slumped, money ran out, folks lost interest. Now it don't amount to nothing. That's Deadwood.
Sounds more like Pinewood. How excessively rude of me. I haven't introduced myself.
Tin Horn.
Afraid not. Just a stiff upper lip. Didn't we meet at that frightful party at Maudie's last Tuesday?
Nope. Tuesday's my night for robbing the bank. Listen, I'm Black Bart, and I don't like sheriff, so don't try to tangle with me.
I have no intention of doing the tango with anyone. Although on New Year's Eve, if you're very, very good, I might save you the last waltz.
Your ticket to paradise, Sheriff. Ain't you gonna draw?
A raffle. How divine. Is this the prize?
It's a gun, you fancy pants faggot.
When you say that, smile.
Is that a threat?
No, a compliment. You have lovely teeth.
Have a care, Sheriff. This guy's robbed 22 stages.
Even more than Peter Hall.
Tomorrow I'll meet you at the railroad depot for a shootout at high noon.
Impossible. I'm never up till one.
Oh, tell me after one.
Very well, provided you're a dear boy and deliver this to poor old Mrs. McConaughey.
What is it?
8 pounds of gold nuggets from a brother in the Yukon and a little bag of jelly babies from yours truly.
Gold? 8 pounds of nuggets? Sure, I'll take it. I'll see you again.
Whenever spring breaks through again.
Those were jelly babies?
No, a jelly night.
It sounded to me as though Coward had written his own dialogue.
Oh, he had. The only other time I had to deal with a problem like that was Mae West in Gone with the Wind.
Heavens, Mae West in Gone with the Wind?
The original version that ended up on the cutting room floor. She wrote her own gags, supplied her own costumes, and we both got fired on the same day.
Oh, I
fear our brave boys will be pulling out of Atlanta before nightfall.
I declare I'm sick and tired of this silly war. Why don't we leave, Tara?
Leave the plantation, Scarlet? Never. Land worth fighting for, worth dying for. Tara will be here long after you're lying under the sod.
Which reminds me, I haven't seen Rat Butler in days. Not since that white trash arrived from New York.
It's no way to talk about your cousin Lulabelle.
She's stolen all my beaux away from me. Even that fine young colonel is afraid to call.
All right, so Colonel Sanders is chicken, but Lulabelle means no harm.
No harm. I'm supposed to be the Southern Belle, yet she gets all the ding-dong.
Hush up. Here she comes now.
Hurry it up or I'll take my business elsewhere. Pardon me while I count my fingers. I've just been looking over your plantation.
The biggest in the county, 1,000 acres of cotton.
I like a man that grows his own lingerie.
And I employ over 200 hands.
Well, just keep your hands to yourself. We'll get along swell. What's in your mind, honey?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Cousin Lulabelle. No well-bred lady entertains a platoon of soldiers in her room. Don't you realize they're all fine fighting men?
Not bad at messing up women, either. Ain't scared, are you?
Scared? While we Southern women are at our best with our backs to the wall.
Never been afraid of a little bang myself. Well, I think I'll go freshen up before I meet this Rat Butler guy.
Don't you mess with Rat Butler. Find yourself a nice Southern gentleman of good stock.
Good stock is for making soup, not love. Besides, I ain't the marrying kind.
Do you want to wind up an old maid?
Why, you got one that needs winding up?
Enemy's coming sure enough. Ain't you scared they're gonna lick us, Miss Lulabelle?
Oh, I don't know the meaning of the word defeat.
Defeat is when I'm gonna put the running shoes on if the Yankees get here.
Ah, quit squawking, honey. Abe Lincoln will see that all you donkeys get a square deal. No more slavery.
And you means you let every man go free?
No, for me it's $10 or nothing.
You sure are a powerful argument for liberty, Miss Lulabelle.
I always say give a man liberty, but don't let him take one. I guess I'll go lie down, take the weight off my innuendos.
Scarlet, are you in there?
Take your hands off me. Go to your white trash. Cousin Lulabelle is waiting for you.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Do you know what I'm going to do, Scarlet? I'm going to tear off that fancy dress and smother you all over with custard, sponge cakes, and sherry.
No, I won't be trifled with.
I may be no gentleman, Scarlet, but you sure are no lady. You flirted and fooled with every buck in this county.
That's a lie. I'm as pure as the day is long.
And boy, are those nights drawn in.
Good evening. The American singing star Dolly Parton is recovering in a Los Angeles hospital from a vampire bite. As the bite is on her neck, it is believed that the vampire might be of Irish origin. Reports are coming in of an attempted hijack at Beirut Airport. Minutes before takeoff, an armed man burst into the plane's cockpit and demanded to be flown to Libya.
When the navigator told the gunman that the flight was in fact going to Libya, the pilot left saying, "Oh dear, I'm on the wrong plane." Back at home, drinking clubs and strip joints in Soho report record business as visitors pour into London for Saturday's cup final. A report from Greek Street.
A wrong way to play it, a wrong way to say it. And there's a wrong way to do it, a wrong way to
Sick of looking at there, girl. She's lovely. Oh, but Jesus.
You're down for tomorrow's match, are you?
No, sir, I'm not. As a matter of fact, I'm a priest. I was having some emotional difficulties, and a psychiatrist said that I should get rid of the dog collar for a week, go over to London and let off some steam. I hope I haven't been too offensive. Would you like another drink, Father? Well, I don't know. Father? How did you know I was a priest? I went to the same psychiatrist. I'm a nun. As viewers in Scotland will have seen on local bulletins, a Glasgow man nearly drowned today when he fell into a vat of whiskey at a distillery. 5 of his fellow workers tried to save him, but he fought them off bravely. He also got out of the vat 3 times to go to the toilet. Bishop Tutu has welcomed the South African government's decision that colour is no longer to be a factor in segregation in public places. Earlier, Prime Minister Botha was quoted as saying, "No one is black or white anymore. Everyone will be green."
Light greens to the front of the bus, dark greens to the back of the bus.
The pop star, Dwight Squirm, was arrested late last night for driving his Rolls-Royce erratically on the M1 at speeds in excess of 125 miles per hour while under the influence of alcohol. When told by the police that he was drunk, the star said, "Thank God, I thought my steering had packed up." Staying on the motoring scene, British Leyland have announced production of a revolutionary new car that runs on water, but only until the petrol runs out, then it sinks. A London clinic is to be sued by a man who had a vasectomy last week. He was admitted to the clinic last Wednesday to have his tonsils removed and claims that before he was wheeled into the operating theatre, a staff nurse turned the trolley around. Today, our cameraman took a fond look at Oxford Street's last remaining aquarium, which closes tomorrow.
What are those long things?
There, it's tentacles.
Funny shape, aren't they?
Finally, 2 items of late news. A 24-year-old man is recovering in hospital after he visited a Manchester restaurant and ate a businessman's lunch. The businessman has been charged with assault. Also in hospital is the popular entertainer Keith Harris. Nursing a broken arm, but still cheerful, Keith told our reporter that on a visit to Whipsnade Zoo, he'd completely forgotten where he was and had inadvertently stuck his hand up the wrong monkey. Good night. Hello. Tonight on Probe, we are tackling what is perhaps the last taboo. You can call it joining the heavenly choir, passing over or passing away, but however you describe it, death is the one thing we can all live without. We should be asking questions like, is death fatal? And are some people more susceptible to death than others? But first, our camera team sends us reports from funerals in different parts of Britain. First, from Scotland.
We now commit this body to the earth whence it came. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Amen.
It is sad to lose a father, sir.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's true.
Was everything quite satisfactory?
Oh, great. You mean from your point of view? Yeah, sure.
And you were quite happy with the arrangements?
Oh, yes, I did mean to ask you, do you take a drink?
To be quite honest, sir, yes, I do.
Then let that be a lesson to you. Next, from a country churchyard in the West Country.
Your dog. Very fond of the wife, was he?
Fond of her? He's the one what savaged her to death.
Good God. And are all those men following behind her relatives?
No, they all want to buy the dog.
Although in recent years people have gone overboard on cremation, it can't equal the real thing.
Admiral Percival's lifelong passion had always been the sea. During the war, he saw active service in the North Atlantic.
And subsequently, in peace, he did several terms of duty in many far-flung locations. Even in retirement, his love of the sea remained undiminished. And he was a guiding light in the Portsmouth Model Boating Association. It is with this in mind that we now commit his body to the sea.
When our number is up, we'd probably all feel better about it if we knew for sure what was on the other side. Celestial bliss sounds awfully nice, but nobody yet has been able to describe it for us. Nobody, that is, until tonight. With the aid of a medium, we've made contact with one of Paradise's best-loved residents. He was in heaven this morning.
I was having drinks with Plato and the boys the other night. And he said to me as he poured out the wine, "Don't you ever get depressed with the same eternal rest?" I said, "No, sir, Paradise just suits me fine." It's the best of both worlds over here. The angels are cute but sincere. They play on their harps, the melody flows. My profile leaves them breathless, no one hops on my note. My love-making beats Richard Gere. In the best of both worlds over here. Some mortals I dated were much overrated, but in heaven there's no lonely nights. I call up a Bronte sister, and before I've even kissed her, I'm invited in to see her Wuthering Heights. And so, if you want a shirt, Sheila Femme, eternity beats MGM. You ask for a date, you never refuse. And even Queen Victoria is sometimes amused. Your life is all pretzels and beer. In the best of both worlds over here. When you meet your maker, don't fret, 'cause dying's no cause for regret. Delilah cuts hair, it lowers your strength, but Cleopatra's crazy for it, any length. I hope now I've made it quite clear. It's the best of both worlds over here. It sure beats Brooklyn, the best of both worlds over here. It's seventh heaven, the best of both worlds over here. Over here. The best of both worlds over here.
Hello?
Ah, there you are. It's his lordship here. Let me speak to my wife, will you?
Oh, I'm
Sorry, Your Lordship, but she can't come to the phone right now.
Where is she?
Oh, she's in bed, sir.
Oh, isn't she feeling well?
Oh, it's not that, sir. She's actually upstairs with the gardener. They're making love. Is there a message?
What? With the gardener? Now listen carefully. I want you to go into the library, get my Purdy double-barreled shotgun from the glass cabinet, go upstairs and blast the pair of them. Now, is that clear?
You want me to kill your wife and the gardener, sir?
Absolutely. Now just get on with it.
I've done it, sir. They're both dead.
I want you to take the gun down to the end of the orchard where the lake is and toss it into the water.
Lake, sir?
Yes, the lake at the end of the orchard.
Orchard, sir?
Yes. That is Weybridge, 77395, isn't it?
ITV and BBC personnel have gathered for the first state opening of television. Her Majesty the Queen is on her way to the television centre to let the nation know what they can expect from their screens in the coming year.
The opening on the show.
And now, in accordance with tradition, the Queen will meet Black Rod. Rod has only recently joined the BBC, so this is a proud moment for him. Made redundant by overmanning and repulsed by Bernard Manning, young Rod has found a job he enjoys. Now she's approaching the gate to be identified, and like any 60-year-old lady in the land, she proudly shows him her bus pass. She has now arrived at Television Centre, which has brought us programmes like Jim'll Fix It, The Colbys, and Little and Large. But never mind, today is a day for rejoicing. Her Majesty enters from the robing room. The BBC design department have done a truly magnificent job in transforming Michael Grade's office into a suitable setting for the occasion. As so often in the past, crown and spectacle meet.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a violent age of angry words and dreadful acts. Not all these acts are punished. Indeed, some are given their own series on Saturday nights. It is vital that television should provide something for everyone and not cater to the elitist needs of a select few. It must embrace the wide range of interests of the average family. Polo, pigeon shooting, the badminton horse trials, and entertaining the King of Saudi Arabia. It is becoming increasingly necessary to impose economic restraint in programming. There will be dramatic cutbacks. Open all hours will have to close at 5. Dallas will be replaced by Bishop Stortford. One man and his dog will become one man on his own. Paul Heine and Chris Searle will be going in at the shallow end, and Paul Daniels will disappear completely. Aware of the fact that my family generates substantial income for television, there will be a number of new series featuring members of the royal household. These will include Only Fools and Horse Guards, Am I Being Served, and It Ain't Half Hot, Mom. My daughter will be the subject of a special documentary, Anne of Green Wellies. In conclusion, I'm happy to announce a season of feature films that will reflect the royal lifestyle. Singin' While You Reign, Midnight Corgi, My Beautiful Lorgnette, and On Her Majesty's Dinner Service. Truly a mixed bag. Or, as she prefers to be known, Princess Michael of Kent. May blessings from above rest on your council.
Seems like yes.
course I'll have you thrown out.
Oh!
Hey, where'd you come from anyway?
The balcony. And may we have our next contender, please? Your name, please?
Eliza Von Trapp.
And your occupation?
A nanny.
And your chosen subject is?
The life and works of Julie Andrews, 1950 to 1975.
Right, Miss Trapp, you have 2 minutes on the life and works of Julie Andrews between these dates, and your time starts now. How old was Julie Andrews when she appeared in her first film?
16.
I'll need more.
She was 16 going on 17.
Correct. How do you solve a problem like Maria?
Pass.
Where does the rain mainly fall?
On the plane, on the plane.
Correct. And where's that blasted plane?
In Spain, in Spain?
Correct. How did the Von Trapp family escape from Austria to Switzerland?
Pass.
Correct. In My Fair Lady, Professor Higgins had grown accustomed to Julie Andrews' what?
Overacting, was it?
No, her face. What is a doe?
A deer? A female deer?
Correct. Ray?
A name I call myself.
No, it's a drop of golden sun. Why can't a woman be more like a man?
Pass.
What could Julie have done all night and still have begged for more?
Danced?
Correct. What was small and white, clean and bright, and greeted Julie Andrews every morning?
Dandruff?
No, it was Edelweiss. Are there lilac trees in the heart of town?
Pass.
Can you hear a lark in any other part of town?
Pass.
Does enchantment pour out of every door?
No, it's just on the street where you live.
Eliza Doolittle's father was getting married in the morning. What did he say he was going to pull out?
A chopper?
No, a stopper. Julie Andrews once thought it would be lovely to have something warm and tender resting on her knee. What was it? And you may answer?
Someone's head.
Thank God for that. And your score after that round was 11, so you're in second place behind Chartered Accountant Herbert Williams, who answered questions on the lovers of Joan Collins and who just pipped you with a score of 782. Dancing is the oldest of man's arts, but you don't have to be an old man to say no to disco dancing. It's the noise that annoys. The deafening music climbs the charts while the rest of us climb the wall. Yet every night young Joes and Jezebels ignore the decibels and rise to rhythms they find as catchy as a cold sore. Today I've taken my cue from the latest dance trend, and I've hit the street. Here in this house lives Doris Prattley and her 2 remarkable sons. Take away their dancing shoes, and what have you got? Boys sitting around in their stockinged feet, stinking the place out. Oh, it's Alan Wicker. Do I go straight through? Oh.
Straight through.
The dancing Prattleys. That's something of a family tradition, Doris. I believe your mother was a ballroom champion.
Yeah, they used to call her Wimbledon's Ginger Rogers. She only packed up dancing last year on account of her knee.
Her knee?
Yeah, the right one. Swelled up like a balloon. The doctor said it was because of her age. Oh, like Mum said, then why didn't the other knee swell up as well? They're both the same age.
When you were a young girl, did your mother encourage your dancing?
Yeah, but she wasn't too keen on some of my partners. Ooh, I remember one night Mum came home unexpected and I was in the back room with the branch manager at Timothy White's. I worked for him and he fancied me. Mum heard the noise he was making. And she called out, "Doris, are you doing the bossa nova?" I said, no, I'm doing the boss a favour.
Yes. And later on, you met your husband at a dance.
Yeah, oh, very romantic that was. He rolled his eye at me, I caught it and rolled it right back. Mind you, I don't think I'll be doing much more dancing. I'm getting on and my eyes are bad.
Have they ever been checked?
No, they've always been blue.
But when you finally do hang up your dancing shoes, you've got 2 sons to carry on the family tradition.
That's right. You met Kevin at the door. Has he shown you his robotics?
No, so far we've only shaken hands.
Right, Kevin, let's have you. Show Mr. Wicker what you can do. He got that from the Queen Mum. Just like his dad, a natural mover.
Oh, perhaps I could meet his father. Is he inside?
Afraid so. 6 months in the scrubs. Kevin, look in my dressing table and bring down that photo-fit picture of your dad. Oh, and while you're up there, give your brother a shout.
I imagine that his brother is another dancing Bradley.
My eldest boy. Brilliant at body popping. And he can break dance like the wind. Oh, here's Mum's ray of sunshine. Say hello, Winston.
Winston? Oh, called after his father.
Yeah, shouted at the top of my voice, but he'd gone. All right, Winston. Ready when you are, love.
Well, dancing has certainly changed. It's all too energetic for the likes of us. Can you imagine you or I having a go at that sort of thing? We just couldn't.
Speak for yourself.
The world of ballet is not renowned for the aggressive masculinity of its male dancers. So we are not over-aroused by the incredible intimacies that are required to give a lady a lift. It looks like a job that any red-blooded boy would leap at, but we found only one who had slipped through the knee net. He defected to the West from the East End 2 years ago and has made us all re-examine the old stereotypes. But do we really want petting in Petrushka? Snogging in the Snow Queen, and Nookie in the Nutcracker? Or should we keep our illusions and still believe in fairies?
most of us, dance means the movie musical from Hollywood's golden age. We were always happy to, as it were, sit this one out and leave inspiration and perspiration to professionals like Jean and Judy, Fred and Ginger. Remember the excitement when two bodies moved as one with speed and precision? I know I always preferred that to going to the picture. Let's now celebrate some of that celluloid song and dance.
Here's to the girls on the cover. Here's to the ladies so chic. Standing there posing with cameras flashing or modeling posing the latest fashion. Here's to those magazine beauties gracing the cover each week. Hope brings eternal, so we buy a big journal to gaze at those beautiful girls. But glamour's not the theme of every magazine. Here's a few examples you might not have seen.
Guys who put their trust in Boopa say my healing hands are super when they're feeling down. I'm a caring person and the hottest nurse in town. I should mention at this juncture that I'm good at acupuncture and I've been around. You get pins and needles with the hottest nurse in town. If patients holler for a bedpan, I just keep my head and I ask them, can I deadpan? Why cook in bed? When it sinks the matron knocks off, that is when I get my rocks off and I can go lie down. With some new discovery, speed in his recovery. I'm the hottest nurse in town.
Legs over the saddle, thighs properly spread. I love to be mounted on some thoroughbred. Men watching me canter view me with dismay, but I ignore their cries to stop, cause I'm the pick of the riding crop. And though my filly's fit to drop, I keep her out in front. Must never disgrace the hunt. Some say my way looks a bit of a stunt. Legs over the saddle, riding's the life for me. Groins gripping the horse flesh, whip ready to snap. Men are riding behind me, take me for a chap. First over the hurdle, then I leap the fray. They say that it's unladylike the way I leap over every dike. But let them yell and take the mic, I just ignore the noise. Remember to keep my poise. Gender bender, I am one of the boys. Over the saddle, riding's the life for me. They say that it's unladylike the way she leaps over every dike. But let them yell and take the mic, she just ignores the noise. Remembers to keep her poise. Gender bender, she is one of the boys. Legs over the saddle, legs over the saddle. Riding's the life for me.
These swanky magazines can breed frustration by flaunting all the luxuries we miss in half the humble homes across the nation. I'm sure the kitchen looks much more like this. Cockroaches in the cooker add to the daily grind. Mice everywhere you look are leaving their mess behind. But I forget the vermin every every time tradesmen call. Quick cup of tea, then we're squirming, having a ball. My kitchen sink is blocked up. What a disgusting smell. Not since I first got knocked up have I felt so unwell. Grease runs around in rivers, driving me up the wall. But when the milkman delivers, I have a ball. All of me pans of mildew can't keep the bugs at bay. Serves you right if it kills you, that's what me neighbours say. Squalor is so depressing, I think I'll end it all. But not while the coalman's undressing out in the hall.
Just go upstairs when you're ready, Bert.
Seen a nurse, a rider, and a housewife having fun. Now here's an opportunity to meet our favorite nun.
My name is Mary, Mary, plain as any name can be. When I first took the veil, my choice was so simple. I knew right away I'd look good in a wimple.
But with propriety, society will say Marie.
The Pope showed the method I don't understand, because how many couples can drum up a band?
But it was Mary, Mary, long before the Passion came.
I'm not a Jehovah, I'm sure not a Mooney, and that's why they call me Rosary Clooney.
There is something there that sounds so square. It's a grand old name.
But beneath this dulcet song of Bernadette, if I kick the habit, I'm a sweet soubrette. Life's a treat and joy's complete in a state of grace. I'm setting the pace with my dancing feet. Other nuns, they can't compete, though I'm less devout. I love to give out with my dancing feet. In the cloisters, close as oysters, sisters kneel and pray. Evening service makes them nervous when I tap away. When I feel miffed and need uplift, then I tell my feet that nothing succeeds like my dancing feet. Pure in soul should be your goal, so say a little prayer and make like a stare with your dancing feet.
Christmas on BBC One.